Hey, what's up guys? There are many different trading strategies promoted by crypto influencers claiming you will get rich. In this video, we will cut through the bullshit and I will explain the most profitable strategy in the cryptocurrency space. This video is brought to you by Smart Mixer. Smart Mixer is a mixing service that allows users of crypto to provide with complete anonymity. No one will be able to link your old and new wallets and transactions. The platform does not store logs of user information, such as cryptocurrency addresses. All status pages are deleted along with transactions logs no later than 24 hours. Also, the users can independently delete their information shortly after the transaction. In addition to cleaning coins, you can use Smart Mixer to send funds anonymously. For example, if you want to buy goods on internet, Smart Mixer will not allow third party to find your personal information using the addresses which you send the funds. Using Smart Mixer is simple and easy. First, select the currency you want to mix. Second, enter the destination address at which you will receive clean coins. Number 3, set percentage commission. Number 4, set the delay time. Number 5, download the guarantee letter. Number 6, send the coins to generated address. Number 7, get clean coins. If you want to stay anonymous, check the link to Smart Mixer in the description box below. Number 1, trend trading. Trend trading is a strategy that relies on the current trend in the Bitcoin world. You will need to keep an eye open on what others are talking about and planning to do. For example, Bitcoin became incredibly popular in 2017, when the price rose to almost $20,000 per BTC. There were many reasons for that, but the main one was that Bitcoin received lots of popularity. That meant that more people wanted to get into action, which increased the demand, and therefore increased the value of Bitcoin. You can engage in trend trading over any period of time. Personally, I believe the longer the trend, the better you can potentially predict where Bitcoin might go. If you are engaged into short-term trading such as days and weeks, you are wasting your damn time. No one can predict short-term fluctuations. Trust me, if all of those influencers who conduct technical analysis were able to predict Bitcoin price consistently, they would not be on YouTube, would they? Although trend trading is not my favorite strategy, it is still worth remembering that there are hundreds if not thousands of factors that can influence the price of Bitcoin. Those include business adopting Bitcoin, other cryptocurrency entering the market, and government implementing new trading regulations. Number 2, breakout trading. Breakout trading is similar to trend trading. The difference is that you aim to buy or sell Bitcoin at the beginning or the end of the trend. Support and resistance level can be handy, which are often referred to as the floor of the Bitcoin price and ceiling. The points at which those levels are broken, either upwards or downwards, called the breakout points. In June 2017, Bitcoin had a nice breakout. It tapped new all-time high at around $3,000. Then it exploded, all the way up to $20,000. But there are also many flaws in this strategy. The same you could have said when Bitcoin reached $20,000. I know in hindsight is 2020, so it's easy to say looking backwards. As one of my favorite investors, Howard Marks, once said, "There is no difference between theory and practice in theory, but there is in practice." The breakout strategy could work well in commodity market and even equity market, but since Bitcoin is so volatile, I would not recommend engaging into this strategy either. Number 3, hodling. The term hodl was coined on the Bitcoin talk forum back in 2013. No, it's not a complex trading strategy. It's simply the word hold misspelled. The term hodl has appeared in numerous cryptocurrency memes and is now widely recognized simple strategy. Why this strategy is better than other two? Well, firstly, whenever you trade cryptocurrency, you do not have an edge over someone else. You want to be smart where everyone else is stupid. If you do not have an edge, it's usually the opposite. When you play poker, look around the table. If you cannot see the sucker, it means it's you. The same goes with trading. If you do not see the sucker in this game, the good chance the sucker is you. addition to that, trading is very emotional. You make decisions based on your emotions. But you may probably say, no, what are you talking about? I trade based on signals. It's very logical. Well, there is not much of a difference between logic and emotions. If you believe you make logical trades, what it means, you simply have more emotional convictions behind that trade. When you simply hodl and periodically add more to your Bitcoin position, you're eliminating those two negative factors of trading. You won't be a sucker and you won't have that much of emotions involved into your decision-making process. My first time ever buying Bitcoin was in early 2017, when Bitcoin was trading under $2,000. Yes, from there it went all the way to $20,000. I could have sold and make 10x return, but I didn't, because firstly, I wanted to be involved into Bitcoin, and secondly, I knew if I play with the fire, eventually I would get burned. Yes, volatility is huge, but I guess I'm just not that emotional person. It did not scare me when Bitcoin dropped from $20,000 to under $4,000. In fact, this was the time when I aggressively started buying Bitcoin. Then I also added more back in November 2019 at around $7,000. And I added more recently when Bitcoin dropped under $4,000 once again in March 2020. My plan was to add a decent size of Bitcoin to my portfolio, but unfortunately, with our current financial system, it took me over a week to transfer the funds into my brokerage account. And I wasn't able to buy under $4,000 anymore as Bitcoin increased in value. But still, I added more BTC at over $5,000 a coin. I was a bit disappointed, but it's still a decent buy. This was the last time when I bought Bitcoin. I think this is simply the best strategy. It's very simple. You just need temperament and long-term vision. That is it. Now, let's take a look at the Bitcoin multi-millionaire investor Nicholas Nicolarsen and his investment strategy.
What was the Bitcoin price when you bought your first Bitcoin?
Actually, there wasn't a Bitcoin price. It was, I think, in September or October of 2010. And back then, there were very few marketplaces. I think there were one called TradeHill, and they didn't really, no, actually they first operated later. So the Bitcoin price was zero. The first Bitcoin I ever got was 50 Bitcoin from a friend for paying his coffee on a cafe. Later, when I made my first personal big investment, it was 1,000 Bitcoin, and I paid $770, so 77 cents.
You got really rich with Bitcoin. You made millions with it. The audience could think, he's rich, why isn't he retiring? So I'm asking you, why not retiring?
I don't work to pay my rent. Many people go for a job that they don't really like in order to cover their expenses. My work is my life, so I'm doing exactly what I want. So in a sense you could say I am retired in the sense that I don't work for money, but I work for what I want to do.
What is that?
Yeah, but that is to bring forward the crypto financial revolution, to see decentralized systems improve the world, to build services that people appreciate, to spend time with the people who are at the company who is like my family, and to do all the adventures that we do at Bitcoin Swiss. Why would I retire to go on an adventure trip to, I don't know, the Amazon or whatever, when what adventure we have here is 10 times more exciting?
Why is it more exciting?
Because it's real. You can throw a lot of money after a canoe trip down the Colorado River, but you are setting yourself in an artificial situation. The adventures and the experiences and the fighting against the system and getting the banking license and filling the vault with Bitcoin and providing services and trading, and then there's a scandal and a hack, and then there's that's real adventure, right? That's not something we pay to experience. It's not like going to the cinema. It's like living the movie.
People who don't know cryptocurrencies so well are probably very afraid. They cannot imagine not to think about this crazy volatility all the time.
No, but I think if you're not used to sailing and you're on a ship, you can easily become seasick. but if you work on a ship, even in the heaviest storms, you do not get seasick. Or think about how frightening it would be to if somebody were shooting after you. But still, if you see old movies from the trenches, the soldiers are sleeping in the middle of an artillery bombardment. I think it's a little bit about conditioning. And after 7 years professionally in the Bitcoin scene and 9 years being in the crypto scene in general, I've seen so many things that I'm a little bit conditioned to not worry too much.
Does it make you happy when the Bitcoin price rises, and how does it make you happy?
It makes me tremendous happy for two reasons. One of them is of course obvious, and that is that I personally have a very large part of my net assets in Bitcoin. So when the Bitcoin price go up, in theory, I can do more stuff. I can get a bigger house. I can make funny plans, or I can do great investments, or also in the company. And on the other hand, I like to see Bitcoin appreciating year after year, because I believe that the existing financial and monetary systems are very unhealthy for the world. I believe they are skewed. I believe they are unfair to a lot of people. And I believe that they do not serve the best interest of humankind compared to non-decentralized currencies such as gold or Bitcoin. So when I see Bitcoin growing in value, and remember I was around from the price of 0 cents to today where it's $9,100, I see people choosing Bitcoin with their feet. When Bitcoin grows in value, it's because the demand is there for Bitcoin, and that means that Bitcoin is marching forward, and that I think will mean a better world for all of us, with less poverty, less wars, less financial fat cats, less dictatorships. Imagine when you set money free, peer-to-peer, the people who live from controlling other people and subjugating their lives, they will have a very hard time to do so.
You said that you are still buying Bitcoin every day. Can you explain that?
Yeah, I buy for, this changes, but at least for the last several months, constantly every day for around 6,000 euro. And that is, let's say, my savings plan.
Could you tell me what you buy? You buy Bitcoin, Ethereum? Can you explain that?
Well, I do different investments, but what's always reoccurring every day is that I buy for around 5,000 or 6,000 euro of Bitcoin and Ethereum. That doesn't believe that I don't make other investments as well, but it's just a stable reoccurring. And why do I do it? Well, because historically, that's asset classes that has performed very well for me.
But if it's 5,000 or 6,000 euros a day, it's 150,000 a month.
No, you can calculate. Maybe you can get a job here.
Nicholas first bought Bitcoin at 77 cents a coin. He spent $770 for 1,000 BTC. See what temperament and long-term vision does when you take it seriously? As one of my favorite investors, Charlie Munger, once said, to get rich, you do not need many ideas. What you need is to take a simple idea and take it very seriously. Now, those 1,000 BTC worth under $10 million. I'm pretty sure he bought even more between now and then. His current strategy is a dollar cost average of $6,000 daily on Bitcoin and Ethereum. I think dollar cost average is also a great strategy, but personally, I like buying Bitcoin in distressed market when everyone is selling and afraid of buying. Let me know what do you guys think about those strategies, and what is your strategy for 2020? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, hit that like button and subscribe.